today I wanted to make something with this pumpkin because I bought this pumpkin last year and I got it at the Dollar Tree, and it was, of course, $1. You know what, guys? If anybody's out there, let me know. So that I can see if anybody's out there. Okay, so I wanted to show y'all that you can make wreaths or, hangers, door hangers that are really reasonably priced. This one is a light wood, and I really liked it. You're also going to need a ruler. This is actually a paint mixing stick. My husband bought me a whole bunch of them, but you can use the dollar ruler. So, that's an option. They also have these tinsel stems, or they're called Chanel stems. These are at the dollar store. You have these mesh tube. They're also at the dollar store, and these are in a baggie because these are leftovers from last year. You have Deco mesh, and you can buy these also at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using leftovers from last year, a purple, an orange, and a black. Then I went to the Family Dollar store, and these ribbons right here were $2 a piece. The dollar store usually has the ribbon, but they did not have any in stock right now. They were barely getting out their Halloween items, and so I wasn't able to get any, but they do carry the dollar ones. So I'm hoping, and you're going to need a stapler, and I'm not really sure if this one's going to work. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to wing it. I'm gonna figure it out as I go along. So I am going to cut my mesh into 14-inch strips. But first, let me put these on. I need 5. And I'm going to staple these on to here. You can paint this if you want. If you wanted it black or orange, it's up to you. But I am going to spread them out. So that I can get a good, so it can look nice and full. We're just going to staple the Chanel stems onto this stick. I'm going to give it one turn because they are moving in there, just so that they don't go anywhere. How's everyone doing tonight? If you're out there, let me know. If you've made wreaths or door hangers, let me know. Let me know what you've made. All right, 2 more to go. Careful with your fingers. All right, so now that we've got that, we're going to put that aside, and now we're going to cut our mesh. hope I have enough. I'm going to cut them with my rotary blade. If you can see it, oops, let me turn it around. See, that's the guard for the blade. These are very sharp, guys, so be very careful with them. I am going to cut them into 13-inch strips. Again, be very careful. It's very sharp. Again, I'm going to be cutting them into 13-inch strips. You can, if you feel more comfortable, cut them one at a time. I just feel that it's okay for me to cut them all three at a time. And I am cutting them on a cutting mat. So make sure that when you are cutting the mesh that you are cutting them on something that you won't hurt or destroy by cutting. All right, that's 4. I need 1 more. And I need 1 more because we have 5 of the Chanel stems. All right. Now we're going to bring this back over here and I'm going to scrunch these up. Okay. Just gather them and scrunch. Okay. Then you grab your purple and you scrunch. And then your black. And then again, you scrunch. Then you're going to put them on your pipe cleaners. And then on to the next one. And all you're doing is scrunching and putting them together. And I know I'm missing one. Here we go. I'm going to put this right here because doing 3 of them. Okay, and then 1 twist. This is all I'm doing. Again, these are all supplies from the Dollar Tree, but you can always use other brands. They are, other brands are, I like their mesh better, but when you're on a budget and you still, you can still decorate. You can still get the looks that you want at, at a budget friendly price. So that's all I wanted to show y'all on this, so that it can be done on any budget. And we have 2 more to go. Let me know if you have any questions. And we are putting these sideways so we can cover more space. If we did them the opposite way, then we would be needing a whole bunch more. So that is why I am putting them sideways. All right. All right, this is how it's looking. Let me see. See if we can get the camera a little bit higher. All right, this is the last one. And I am putting the mesh in different order so that I can make sure that I get, all the colors in there so that I can see a good variety of color. All right, this is gonna be our last one. All right, move them around, make sure I get a good color out of it. All right, so this is what it looks like. See all that color? And don't worry if you can see through some of these little areas, because we're gonna put ribbon and it's gonna cover it up. So now I want to put it on the bottom. So essentially I'm going to be covering up the bottom, the bottom pumpkin. Okay, so here's that one. So I'm going to be covering the bottom pumpkin. Okay, now make sure that you're centering it. And then you want to stick your stapler over here. Get to the bottom. And you can always do this before you put your mesh. I, of course, if you know me, do everything the hard way. And I'm going to go ahead and put a couple back here, just to make sure it is secure. All right. So that's that. So now I've got my ribbon. Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna stick. Okay, so I am going to make the best of this and hope that it stays on, and then later I'm going to get my husband's bigger stapler. Okay, just 1 second. Let me get some hot glue gun. Okay. All right. So here we go with our ribbon. We're going to use 4 of them. All right. So I'm going to use those 2. In these ribbons, I am going to cut 12 inches. And I'm going to cut 2 more. Oops. And I'm going to do the same with these. Again, they're all going to be 12 inches. And then one more. Kind of being a little selective because I'm not really sure how much ribbon I want to use per Chanel stem. So let me play with these. So I am going to take them and I am going to fold them in half. So take both of them, fold it in half and then cut it. See? I do the same to the other side. And my battery is dying. So let me hook this up. Goodness gracious. Ever since I came back from vacation, it's like nothing is working for me, guys. But I'm not going to let that get me down. All right, we're charging now. Okay, so we're going to do the same with all of them. It's called a dovetail. So that's all we're doing. So if you've made any wreaths or anything, let me know. I'd like to know who's on here and has done a wreath or even a door hanger. All right, almost done. All right, so I think I'm going to do this number. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do another one of these. Okay, these ribbons do have the little wire in them, and that just helps them stay in form. And I don't use any of the others that don't have them because they just fall apart. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to now fold it in half. Okay. And then I'm squeezing. Okay. Then I'm going to open up that Chanel stem again. Oops. Okay. I may have to cut them down. Nah, they're fine. The same with these. Fold and squeeze. Open that Chanel stem. if you have any questions. Alrighty. Then my next one. The only thing about Deco mesh is that it'll start getting tangled up. We only have one more to go. Then we're going to move on to the tubing. All right. So guys, I am going to cut the ribbon down a little bit. So, and sometimes you're going to do this. You're going to see that the length that you picked wasn't the right length, but I would rather be able to cut down than not be able to cut down at all. So, live and learn. And these wreaths are, these door hangers, they're really fast to make, especially when you have everything that you need on hand. Like I said, I wing it half the time. I just feel that if I plan it, it doesn't work out for me. I don't know if y'all ever had that where, you know, if you plan it, it just doesn't work out. Even though it should, because you're planning it. But not for me. That goes the same for like my chocolate tour. I like doing them live because, you know, you can see, you know, if anything happens, you'll see it live, and you know that if it happens to you, it's okay. And then one more. So again, these ribbons, I had cut them down to 12 inches long. And after working with it, it should have been more of an 11-inch long. right. So now we're just gonna play with these and move them around. All right. So this is what it looks like right now. Okay. So now we're gonna do the tubing. All right. Adding a purple on there. Now this is mesh tubing. Okay, it's fun to work with. You can do a lot with it. It's really, you know, you can bend it, you can fold it, anything you want. So I am, let's see, I'm folding it into 6 inches. I'm going to do it 4 times. And this one is a little flat, so I'm just going to cut it off. You can cut these off. Sometimes they have little flat spots. I don't know if you could see it. There we go. All right. So, okay, that's 3. This is going to have to do with this one. All right, so I'm going to put it on the top of that first twist that I did. I'm going to twist it a couple of times. And that's it. And I'm going to get the purple one. I'm going to do the same thing. You can measure, but I kind of already have an idea of how much I need. And the more you do this, you know, you'll get to be the same way. You'll just say, okay, I know exactly how much I need. But if you feel that you need to measure, please do so. Right, back to an orange. And then a purple. And then the last one we're going to do is the orange. The orange, the last one. Just gonna cut off this section. And guys, I have no idea if y'all are asking any questions or anything. My screen is frozen. I just hope that y'all are still out there, that I'm actually live. All right. So I'm going to give them a couple more twists to make sure they are secure. And I am not going to cut these. I am going to, you can get a pin or whatever you want. This is for my craft, for my Cricut. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this, but I'm just going to twist. I'm just going to twist these. Normally on a wreath, I will cut them off because they don't look right sticking out. But because we are doing this on a Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, or whatever budget, we're going to make the best that we can with what we have. And unless you have picks that you want to put on here, you can do so, but generally this will do just fine. I'm going to do that for all of them. Okay, 2 more to go. This is the last one. All right. So I am going to put some hot glue on here. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay. And guys, I'm getting all tangled up, guys. I'm gonna put some hot glue on it for now until I can go get a bigger stapler from my husband's. Alrighty. Okay guys, now we're just gonna lift everything up. Just get it the way you want and you're done. How easy was that? You can put it on any door, you can hang it on the doorknob, you can hang it on a wreath hanger. So I'm going to put it on my door so that you can see what it looks like. And then I'll turn the camera around. Let me get the camera. Hi guys. Okay, and there you have it. And it's something really simple that you can just put, you know, on your door, give it to a teacher, do whatever you want. But I think I'm just gonna hang it right there. I'm gonna actually might even just hang it in my kitchen, right where my sink is at. I'm trying to turn this around. Alrighty. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for, I'm trying to find the camera. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed that. I am going to be making a couple more wreaths. And I will, since I have your attention right now, let me show you a wreath that I'm going to be giving away. I made it, and it's going to be a giveaway. Oops. I don't know if you can see that. Ooh. Okay. I made this for my door last year, and I always make a wreath every year for my door, and I always give my wreath away, the one that I did the prior year. So I'm thinking about what, you know, what I'm gonna do for the giveaway. You know, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna do, you know, some likes or some, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Isn't this so cute? I love it. Except I just never use the same wreath twice. All right, this time for sure. I'm gonna get off. I need to go give my dogs a bath, if you can believe that. Anyway, y'all have a great evening, and if you like this video, please like and share it, and I will see you tomorrow on my Christie's Chalking Zone channel. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.